Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the pros and cons to doing a bridal show, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, we're going to talk about bridal shows today. We're going to talk about the things that you should do, that you shouldn't do, the things that you want to do, and maybe you shouldn't do. So stay tuned for that as we move forward from here, and just talking about the things that come along with the bridal shows, the importance of it and the benefits of it. So let's start with number one. All right, number one is doing the benefits of it. If you're gonna do them with the intent of doing them right. You don't wanna look like a rinky-dink, two folding chairs and one album in front of you. The album and the table in front of you is just as important as the display behind you. Most booths are in that 10-foot by 10-foot ballpark for the show. So first thing you got to do is it worth the expense of doing it? So that's number one. So is the expense worth it? That's what you have to figure out. If you're only charging $1,000 for a wedding and you are only if you're only charging $1,000 for a wedding and all of a sudden that your booth is $1,000, that's where you have to figure out one wedding pays for your booth. The drawback to that is making sure that your booth looks right and it's presentable and it's organized and it doesn't look cluttered with too much stuff and too sparse with not having enough stuff. So that's very important. So the other thing is, why do you do them? You do them to promote your business. You do them to promote your whatever industry you're in. As a photographer in Western Massachusetts, but I do travel all over. I'm the owner of Round Lemelin Photography. So the importance of doing that is you want to drum up business. Bottom line, end of the day, that's all that matters, is you want to be able to drum up business for your company. That's it. So being able to do that is why you do the bridal shows. Make sure you're displaying your tables in front of you, the display behind you, things like that. And the reason why is you want to drum up business to move forward from there. So every wedding is different. Every wedding expo is different. Every bridal show is different. Some that are better than others, some that are worse than others, some that are more promoted as others, and some are so if you're just starting out, I recommend you do those, budget friendly bridal shows when it comes to that, because you're going to get budget-friendly brides when it comes to that. If you're trying to build your portfolio, that's going to be the best way to do it. Your display. That's going to be probably the most important thing I want to talk to you guys about, is having albums in front of you, having business cards in front of you, having pamphlets, envelopes, brochures, or something to hand to them when they leave. Very, 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 very important when it comes to that. So that's the part that we can't mess up when it comes to that. So that's important when you be able to give them something to go away with, a QR code to scan. When they come to my booth, I have them scan my QR code. That QR code gives them my information: name, email address, phone number, website, social medias, everything. Once I have that, they're added to my contacts. From the contacts, I go in and add them to my computer. So I have them in my computer for a contact. And then I have to create in 17 hats a new contact. So I'll import it from there. From there, put all their information I get a questionnaire. They get that, I get it sent out to them. Thank you guys for coming to the bridal show. Thank you for coming to my booth. From there, fill out the questionnaire, then you can get package pricing. So once they get the package pricing, or once they get the questionnaire back, then I could say, okay, here's your package pricing based on your area or your state. I don't do a blanket price of X. It's too hard for somebody that's in Massachusetts and somebody that's in Vermont and Connecticut and Rhode Island and New Hampshire. They can't get the same price because of travel fees. So if you want to do a blanket price of X, meaning Massachusetts is a ridiculous number like $2,000. So Massachusetts is $2,000. Outside of Massachusetts, so Connecticut, Rhode Island, Vermont, New Hampshire, like that. Then there's like a little a la carte thing that outside of Massachusetts, it's $800 more. That'll cover your gas, your second shooter, and a possible hotel. So your wedding just turned to $2,000 into $2,700. So that's the very important part of that, is be careful how you market, because you have to account for gas. You have to account for driving, mileage on your card, if you're going to stay overnight and things like that. So you have to account for that, because if you're driving 3 hours to get to a venue, you want to make sure that you're compensated for that in some way, shape, or form. So the next thing is the professionalism. You gotta look like you are and you know what you're doing. Very, very important when it comes to that. So you want to make sure that you're definitely in that ballpark of looking presentable. You gotta look professional, and you gotta look presentable. How you wear your clothes and dress, you want to be able to blend in. You don't want to have to stick out like a sore thumb, kind of thing like that. But you got 2 cameras, so you do stick out like a sore thumb. So when it comes to that, making sure the professionalism is there is very, very important. That's very important when it comes to that, is looking professional. Having comfortable shoes, because you're on your feet for 8 to 10 hours. So have comfortable shoes. That's very important. Make sure your shoes match too. You don't want to show up with, tennis sneakers and you've got a tuxedo on. So there's a little bit of that element inside of there too. So, all right. Attention to detail. As they're walking up to you at the bridal show, you want to pay attention to what they're wearing, not judging them, but you're looking at if somebody's wearing a Marvel shirt, or if somebody's wearing a Star Trek shirt, Star Wars shirt. Drum up a conversation involved with what they like. They will remember you more because you're like, oh my God, that's the guy I was talking to you about Star Wars or Thanos or whatever it was like that. That leaves an impression that you paid attention to the details, and that you're paying attention when it comes to that. All right, so now they're done, they're gone home. Reaching out is the most important thing. Like I said already, you're going to get by the end of the night, they're going to get a text from me. Thank you for coming by my booth. I appreciate your time. Hopefully I can if you have any questions, let me know. Please fill out the questionnaire, and then I can send you back package pricing. That's my text. Then it has my website attached to that too, so they know which person's texting them. Then load the software in, send them the questionnaire. Once they get the questionnaire, fill it out, they get the package pricing. I then say another text saying, hey, I sent you the package pricing. Let me know if you have any questions with that. Talk it over with your parents or your fiance or whoever is the decision maker when it comes to that. Let me know if you have any questions. I do hold your quote for your wedding for 5 days. That way there, people have time to kind of go back, and you'll hold the date for that, because what happens is 3 people can ask for the same date. Only 1 person filled out the questionnaire. That person has first dibs. It's just the luck of the draw when it comes to that. If 2 people are within an hour of each other, they get it. Now, one of them has to reply back. I'm holding this for 5 days. This one here, I have to wait 5 days to answer you because somebody else might get the date. Or if you want to be really crazy and bold, send them both out. If you're lucky, you're going to get one right away. If you're not lucky, you get both people to come back and say, hey, we both want you, or we want you on our day, we want you on our day. Now you're stuck with 2 people, 1 day, 1 photographer, so you're going to have to disappoint somebody. So don't put yourself in that position when it comes to that. Text them right away, email them right away, reach back out again. Hey, thank you wait 2 or 3 days. Hey, send you that information. Is there anything else I can do for you? Any questions? Looking forward to hearing from you soon. So always remember that part of that. All right, so now the flip side of that. Don't be a pest. Don't be a pest. Text them. Wait to hear. If you send an email in my software 17 Hats, it shows me that they read the email. So I know they saw the questionnaire. I know they saw the packages. If they're not replying, it's one of 2 reasons. They're very busy. Understandable. Your prices were too high. Understandable. Life or whatever it is, there's always going to be a reason why that somebody's not going to come back to you for something. So wait 3 days. Send a text. Hey, I saw that you've seen the email with my packages. Let me know if you have any questions. Looking forward to hearing from you soon. So now they already know that you've seen the website. They already know that you've seen the questionnaire. They already know that you've seen their package pricing, kind of thing like that. You don't want to be a pest, so you want to just wait another 3 days. Hey, have you had a chance to talk to your fiance or your parents? Do you need more time? Question mark. I always leave it with a question mark because that says reply back to me. If they say, no, Ron, we don't need any more time, you're too expensive for us, we're all set. Or I will say, if you already have a photographer, just let me know. Because my software is going to keep sending out a reminder, hey, you didn't fill out your questionnaire yet. Hey, you didn't fill out your questionnaire. Now you're starting to look like a pest. If you've got somebody, bride and groom, just tell us. We'll back off. We'll step out. We're going to take you out of the software so that the software doesn't send anything else, and 17 Hats doesn't send you another email reminding you to do that part of it. So always remember this. You can't win them all. You just can't win them all. Not every bride is for you, and there's plenty of brides out there. Always remember that. The one that comes up to you is not the only bride that's out there. And if you don't get them, there's always other brides out there. So keep pushing forward. Keep doing all the things you're supposed to be doing. If you do everything right, they will come. You just got to be patient. Make sure your work justifies the price. Okay? Very important. You don't want to undercharge somebody. You don't want to overcharge somebody, but charge what you feel like you're worth. If you're not that $5,000 photographer, then don't charge them $5,000 just because everybody else is charging $5,000. Now, with that being said, I want to end this on a positive note about the packages, the pricing. Don't be a pest. Encourage them. Pay attention to that. Look professional. Do the best that you could possibly do. Say something that kind of makes them remember you. I have a display. I've got a Star Wars stuff that always kind of remember me in that way. Be enthusiastic. Be energetic. Don't be a dud. Nobody wants to hire a dud. Don't not be yourself either. Don't come off as this big, giddy, kind of great kind of personality kind of thing like that if you're a little bit more on the laid back. My encouragement to you is be yourself. That's the most important thing. And you can't win them all. If you don't get them, go on to the next person, go on to the next person. Keep marketing because eventually you will start to have the people come back into there. So remember that. So thank you guys for coming back to the channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notification. Comment down below. Let me know some of your ideas on what you do for a bridal show, whether it's a display. I'm open to other suggestions if I can tweak my system in some way. If I've helped you in any way, put a comment down below. If you hit that like button, I appreciate that. And remember, smile more because it does hurt less. Peace.